This is the brief on the tactile harmony of organic living. This transforms a basic, functional room into a grounded, breathable sanctuary. That seamlessly merges with nature. So, how exactly do you make a room feel like an extension of the natural world, without just pitching a tent in your backyard? Achieving this organic harmony starts by completely dissolving physical boundaries. First, erase the indoor and outdoor boundary. Soft daylight pours through floor-to-ceiling wooden doors and windows, capturing the faint rustle of leaves, scents of earth and blooming flowers, and views of tall framing trees. Think of this glass not as a wall keeping elements out, but as an invisible lens intentionally drawing the garden inside. Once nature's invited in, structural walls must mirror that organic depth. Second, build a masterpiece of texture. Blend warm exposed brick beside smooth concrete, natural stone, and rich wooden cladding to catch light and invite touch. We usually think of materials like concrete or stone as cold, flat, or industrial, right? But here, layered next to warm wood and brick, they actually create a deep sense of calm permanence. With walls feeling physically alive, select furniture matching this breathable energy. Finally, prioritize effortless comfort and uncrowded space. Picture a deep modular sofa wrapped in soft linen, tactile boucle armchairs, and low live-edge wood or marble coffee tables. Layered rugs, trailing indoor plants, and ceramic vases with fresh greenery act like well-chosen friends in a conversation, adding quiet personality without shouting over the room's calm energy. By blending invisible outdoor boundaries, highly tactile surfaces, and breathable furnishings, organic design creates a space that forces you to slow down and feel quietly at home with nature.
This is the brief on designing a restorative nature retreat. Today's source, The Living Sanctuary, shows us how to totally transform a standard bedroom into a deeply restorative space. You're treating your room not just as somewhere to sleep, but as a literal charging station for the soul that uses nature as its power source. First, we've got to blur the line between indoors and out. Those massive floor-to-ceiling wooden doors and windows aren't just there for the view. That beautiful golden morning light actually dictates every other design choice. Now, you might wonder, how does a room feel safe and private with huge glass doors? Well, the garden itself actually acts as a natural, rustling privacy shield. Second, that incoming light needs the right canvas to hit. You'll want contrasting textures, like warm exposed brick, smooth stone, textured concrete, and rich wood. People often assume materials like concrete and stone are super cold, right? But when you layer them with shifting sunlight and soft rugs, they totally radiate this grounded, serene warmth. Finally, because those textured walls and huge windows are doing the heavy lifting, your furnishings need to step back. It's really decorating by subtraction. Think generous low-profile beds draped in soft linen, floating wood or marble nightstands, a couple of sculptural chairs, and some trailing lines. By intentionally leaving empty space, you highlight the outdoors and give yourself actual physical room to breathe. So, the living sanctuary proves that true restoration comes from combining tactile, earthy materials with an uncluttered, seamless connection to the outdoors. Master this exact approach, and you'll guarantee a sanctuary where you wake up truly recharged and deeply connected to your environment.
This is the brief on the design philosophy of the symbiosis of hearth and harvest. We're exploring how blending natural light, tactile materials, and an open layout completely transforms a simple kitchen and dining area from a functional workspace into the living, breathing heart of a home. First, let's talk about the indoor-outdoor connection. Picture warm daylight pouring in through floor-to-ceiling wooden doors and windows. By adding tall indoor plants and fresh herb planters right on the island, you're literally bringing the garden inside. It's really about erasing that boundary line between house and nature, so the room physically breathes with the outdoors. Second, let's transition from that gorgeous light to the actual physical surfaces it touches. We're talking rich, tactile materials here. A mix of exposed brick, natural stone, warm wood, and smooth concrete. Anchor all that with a marble or wood central island, plus a reclaimed oak or travertine dining table paired with linen or leather seating. Seriously, why do we default to cold, clinical kitchens when these layered, textured materials are what make a room feel alive? Finally, let's look at the gathering-centric layout. Moving from materials to how we actually connect, this open layout gives you the freedom to move and cook without ever feeling crowded. Soften it up with layered rugs and subtle decor, like ceramic bowls, and you're encouraging lingering conversations well past dessert. We're pushing back against eating quickly on the go, reframing the kitchen not as a utility room, but as a deliberate stage for slow, joyful human connection. Ultimately, by intentionally layering natural light, rich textures, and open space, you aren't just building a place to prep meals, you're cultivating a space where life actually happens.
This is the brief on designing a natural bath retreat. We're unpacking the concept from the sanctuary within, showing how to transform a purely functional bathroom into a restorative, nature-connected space you'll actually want to linger in. What if your daily shower felt less like a rushed chore and more like a grounding mini vacation? First, the indoor-outdoor connection. We start by opening the physical boundaries. Picture floor-to-ceiling wooden doors and windows bringing in warm morning daylight and garden views. Imagine breezes carrying the scent of plants and damp earth, with tall indoor plants swaying. Think of it like peeling back the walls of your house. Isn't it wild how just letting in a breeze and some greenery completely shifts a room from sterile to alive? Second, tactile materials and contrasts. Because the space is open to the elements, the physical surfaces you interact with must provide grounding comfort. Picture warm exposed brick, smooth concrete, delicate mosaics, and warm brass fixtures against cool natural stone. It's literally like a perfectly balanced recipe. You need the cool, hard crunch of stone right alongside the warm, soft comfort of plush layered bath rugs and rich wood, right? Toss in some fresh linen towels hung on wooden ladders, and you're set. Finally, mindful functional features. With the natural shell established, these fixtures are placed with pure intention to slow down time. Imagine an uncluttered wood or marble vanity, simple ceramic vessels holding soaps, and a generous freestanding bathtub placed specifically for garden gazing, alongside a spacious walk-in. Are we all just too conditioned to rush through our morning prep? Or can a thoughtfully placed rainfall shower actually force us to hit the pause button? Ultimately, by blending raw nature with crafted comfort, your bathroom stops being just a utility space and becomes your essential daily sanctuary.